Check and see if the audio is all good as well. Um, okay, awesome. Since it's live now. Okay, sounds like I'm coming through. So we are going into this is actually a week 8 game of Second Breakfast versus PO. Gonna be a spicy one here. We are about to hop into draft. Excited to see this one happen. Um, I'm gonna tell them that we're ready to go, and they should be starting this draft here pretty soon. Okay. And I have my co-commentator Vid here, Vid the Mid, coming here to cast this wonderful, wonderful BTL game. Who are you excited to see this game in particular, Vid?
Um,
You want to see
I'm,
any picks come out? You want to see any spicy plays?
I would love to see some more Aurelion Sol gameplay.
Did just get first banned,
Well, that
unfortunately.
is unfortunate.
If you want to check out the spec, it should be in, yeah, it's in general. It did just get first banned, unluckily. Thresh ban also coming through from Second Breakfast. And then obviously the Heimer ban in response. Heimer not been nerfed too many times, and solo queue looking good on that in the support role, so they're just going to get rid of it. It is incredibly frustrating to play against. Banning out J-Chungs and Nivea, always looking clean on the Ice Bird. Going to be the response with a Xayah. Alki looking good on the Xayah, and Xayah, usually being a pretty safe ADC as well, having that get out of jail free card with the ult, usually able to kind of just live for free, and a lot of times gonna be banned out. Want to just get rid of it. They're probably gonna go for some pretty team fight slash dive compositions here if they're getting rid of that. Oh, Annie, maybe first picked here.
I mean, it is still a strong pick to help
Yeah,
your team play around. So it
it's
is a
gonna
good
be
choice.
yeah, it's also a flex, right? It could go to
Could go mid, could go
Pentamasta.
support. Yep.
Yeah, could go mid, could go support. Never know where it's gonna end up. I do wonder what the response is, right? Because Annie's a pretty solid staple. It's really kind of good, really for everything, right? You can peel, you can engage,
You
you
have
can do the
damage,
big
you have
AoE wombo
stun.
combos. Yeah, what a broken character. I love Annie. I love Annie. Such a good game for Annie to be picked. Kindred and Singed in response. We know Bear Rock, obviously playing this Kindred before, always looks good on it. And then the Singed, I would assume, going top. I don't think it'll be Savory pulling out the Singed mid. Could be wrong, but would still be unlikely. Wukong going to be hovered here, and also going to be locked in officially. I mean, Annie, Wukong, a great combo so far. I wonder if they pick either if this is Annie mid, they need a support that's gonna buy the battle song, right? That's gonna be able to allow them to get on top of the enemy team.
Right. I'm also nervous about their late game damage. Kindred. I mean, obviously Wukong. Oh, Wukong can be quite bursty, but Kindred kind of will outscale that.
Yeah, gets the sustained damage over and over. Picking the Ornn, not too out of the ordinary here. Understandable. I now Poe Panda switching over to top lane. Him and Burrito swapped roles. I think as of last week's game, and he looked really good on this Ornn top. I mean, it's fairly easy to pilot. It's always a safe bet. It's pretty hard to punish Ornn always being unstoppable and then having a dash out of lane if they do come to gank.
Yeah.
The Recon support ends up being picked for second breakfast. I can't wait to watch Singed and Recon just run at them over and over.
I also kind of like the Orm pick into into the assumed top lane Singed, because you can tank that wave for a pretty good while as Ornn.
Mhm. Do you think the Singed goes for the proxying, right? Is that what ends up this
Yeah, like
game's gonna be? It's just gonna be
it.
Singed proxying.
I think that's why they picked the Ornn. They're just planning to let him go. Occasionally, the jungler might go over and try and kill him, but for the most part, Singed
Mhm.
farms over here, Ornn farms over here. Congratulations.
I mean, well, yeah, it's gonna be a very fun lane, but and Wukong is not really the character to punish that early, right?
No,
They
you have
can't
to
they
catch him
can't
when
actually
he.
do anything about this.
Yeah, it's only Oh, Singed is getting low. Let me see if I can run over real quick and nab that real fast.
Yeah, we'll see how that ends up going. Jinx got a buff this patch, gonna be awesome.
This
I
is
love seeing all the
definitely a
Jinx.
late game team comp.
I mean, they do have the late game scaling, right? They have the Kindred,
Yeah.
they have the Jinx. Singed is kind of just Singed. It's hard to say Singed is early, mid, or late.
Right, he just
Obviously does
exists,
have a lot of yeah. I had
but it
a
is a nice fit. He throws, you pick a squishy target, throw him back, and Kindred Jinx just eat
mhm.
that person.
Now we're about to find out officially if this is going to be the Annie mid or support. Could even be the Ash support, but
As
we'll end up seeing. It's could go any way, to be honest. They have a very flexible team so far. Okay, so it is the Annie mid
on the Ash.
officially. I think Annie mid pretty safe going in blind. They're obviously saving the mid pick for last pick, so it's not like they're gonna get a counter anyway. Might as well just run it. And then the Ash obviously being there, looking really, really good for the Ash Annie combo of getting a ton of picks. Looking for these mid games. If you're ever looking to try and set up a objective, you can always look for a pick with Ash, Annie, or Leona. Gonna be awesome to see here. And then just not really a counter, but a safe pick into Annie being the Ari, right?
Yeah, just a nice farming lane.
Yeah. Not a super hard counter. You do love to see it anyway. They're gonna. I actually don't know what the super like overall plan for SB is. Mainly just gonna be scaling, right? And then Aries end up just gonna be a charm bot in the end of the game. Singed gonna just kind of run over their backline, trying not to die, being a little pest, trying to do as much as they can. And then Rakan should have a ton of peel for these two carries. They're lacking a little bit in like actual overall AP damage, so Ornn's going to be a little bit of an issue, but
True.
maybe won't be a problem if Second Breakfast gets ahead early. But their main threats are all AD.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't become an issue for Second Breakfast going into this. But,
There's also
PIO.
a lot of engage on both sides.
That's true. They do just want to run at each other over and over.
Yeah. Just slam into each other.
It's going to be a slobber knocker, for sure. They're going to be throwing up hands repeatedly, back to back to back. I'm curious to see how these team fights actually play out, right? You pick the Annie Wukong thinking, okay, I can engage on them at any point in the game that I want, right? There's no problem. But realistically, now that Second Breakfast has drafted the comp that they've drafted, they're going to be the ones running at them. So you have the Annie for Peel. You can use the Wukong ult for either, Peel as well, or you just go deep in their backline. I would have loved to have seen maybe a more damage oriented ADC. They might
Yeah.
lack a little damage later on if this goes too
They
long.
have a lot of catch potential, but not a lot of late game damage.
Yeah, so we'll see how those fights end up playing out. But I mean, really anything goes, right? As long as they have some good plays here, some good picks, they should be able to snowball for PO side. Should be able to snowball as long as they get a lot of picks here. And then the second breakfast, able to kite out, able to potentially snowball this Kindred. Let Jinx farm.
Yeah.
They could end up coming out with the win on their side as well. I do wonder why they end up banning the Ezreal on that round two. I wonder if they were just worried about, okay, if we're going for this catch comp, we don't want him
Want
on
something
an
within the space.
ADC. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to be able to get that free pick. Jinx obviously getting the buff recently. Gonna be a great pick, but the real like kite that you have, or like peel that you have, is Rakan. You have Kindred ult if Jinx gets caught, but really all you have is the Rakan and your Ahri charm. Not a ton, unless Ahri, of course, goes Everfrost, but even that is just one more route, and you're going up against Ornn ult, Ashe ult, Leona diving in, also ulting you, Wukong diving in. It's gonna be a tough one if
Absolutely.
they just get ran over. Um, I will say I would have loved to have seen something to help the Wukong Annie get a little deeper, help get them on top of the Kindred Jinx. Maybe they're not worried about it because it's a Kindred, that they're just going to say, okay, even if we were getting on top of them, they're just going to Kindred ult and then we can't do anything about it. So maybe they just pivot after that pick.
Yeah.
Uh,
I kind of think it's just they're planning to get to the late game and they're hoping to just sit behind Singed.
Yeah, I do want to see Singed Proxy. I want to see it get spicy. I want to see it go the distance, right? And I want to see it start out with an early game Singed executing himself 2 towers from proxying. Uh, this is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I wonder if there's gonna be any issues going into this game with like invades, right? I don't think either team would want to invade it. I mean, you could invade on PO's side. You start with Annie stun now. You have the Leona. Um, it'd be kind of tough for the Ornn to contribute anything besides just a slow. It may be worth it, maybe okay, maybe good enough. But I just think that second breakfast should probably end up just 5 pointing, right? Just
Yeah.
don't get caught.
Yeah, because the
Don't get
threat
invaded on.
from PIO is just that they can stun one person into oblivion.
Yeah, just literally don't walk into them.
Yeah.
Is your level 1 strat, right?
Yeah. Just avoid, don't be seen.
And I was gonna ask you. I mean, they banned out this Acel first pick ban. I wonder. I wonder if they've just seen so much of it that they're either tired of it. Are they just so worried about Savory playing it and losing to it that maybe they just don't have the correct pool to counter it early enough?
I mean, it's also done extremely well so far in BTL. I don't think it's
It's
dropped a
only it's
game
only lost
yet.
one game.
It's only lost. Okay, so like it has a pretty good win rate in BTL, and it also has a decent win rate in general. I'm sure that it was just like, all right,
Yeah,
I don't play this. I'd rather not see it.
it's unlucky you have to lose a ban for it, but it's just broken
Yeah.
characters. Get them out of my game, please.
Yep.
I can't wait for the new character Emilio. By the way, have you seen their kit? Have you watched?
I like the Milio kit.
I do
Uh,
love the Emilio. I don't like that Caitlyn outranges turrets though. Not that it's gonna matter too much, but just seems weird, very odd.
I'm not excited for the Yumi changes.
Oh yeah,
That cat should have stayed where it wasn't played.
it won't be available until playoffs.
Oh, I just meant in
So
general.
yeah, I honestly doesn't feel like a nerf. It's just like it is like technically a rework, why right? But it's
Yeah.
like just gave her better versions of her existing kit with like slightly tweaked versions. I saw a unfortunate post about Yumi's ult because it used to have 7 waves and now it only has 5. But the EDG skin for it would like build up to the championship EDG like trophy logo,
Oh,
like Worlds logo.
rip the logo.
Yeah, rip the logo. It
That's
was cool. It
annoying.
was symbolic, right? Took
Yeah,
them 7
no.
years to win. I thought unlucky that they have to get rid of it. Just to balance the character.
But yeah, no. I love the nerf to the ultimate that it no longer nares. It just, slows you for 99%. And now you can aim the thing and it heals your allies. There's a good nerf.
Oh man. Okay, we're finally actually loading up into the game here. Excited to jump in. Second breakfast PO again. This is the week 8 match that ended up getting delayed, but is exciting to see nonetheless. I mean, the stakes for both of these teams, right? It's PO who is unfortunately has had a little bit of a rocky season so far. Looking at a 2-5 record. Second breakfast, looking at a 4-3. So really, it's can PO carry themselves up to potentially even being over TSC if they can win their last 2 weeks of games, right? If they can get to that 4-5, they can make it to the 8th place. Actually, even like even to 7th place potentially,
Yeah.
depending on how Red Bullies do. And then second breakfast wants this win, wants to break into the top 4. Hopefully, can end up tying for third. Good Boys and Acid Rabbits both tied for third right now. So maybe second breakfast can break into that echelon. Depending on if they win this game, or even if they win their next game, they could break into top 2.
Yeah, no. If this is definitely a kind of make or break moment for PIO, whereas at the moment it feels like they're just kind of playing for better seeding.
Mm-hmm. The only other, yeah, exactly. The only other team, unfortunately, looking at PO and hoping either that they don't do as well as maybe Milwaukee Bucks, hoping that they can get a little higher in the seeds, a little higher in the standing. Going to be a leash from both bot sides here. Nothing too much happening so far. They want to see... It does look like the Singe will not end up proxying. Probably smart, but it would have been funny.
Yeah, I feel like Orin wins that in the long,
Yeah, probably.
just because of how items work with Orin.
Yeah, Ornn will always end
Those
up
are some
being...
nice traps.
Okay. Nothing too far... Or, no, nothing so far happening. An engage coming in from the Recon. Gets a little bit of a chunk down, about 1/4 HP going down on Pentamaster. The Leona won't mind too much. They could just engage in response.
Ooh, that's a crazy first blood right there. And there's the return kill.
It will just end up going down. Okay, looking pretty good.
That's where you wanted to throw that Orin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
They
oh.
tries to go for the kill. It's really close. Really, really close.
Oh boy.
Burrito
Get
looking
another
for
dive?
it. Does the... Oh, got
Oh, boy.
flipped! No! The Singe flip thwarting the monkey's kill right there. So sad. He wanted it.
Now we have an interesting top lane.
Oh,
Singed
man.
it, what, 3 minutes?
Yeah,
4
but...
minutes basically with a blue buff?
Yeah, Singe is he's gonna end up staying, right? He feels pretty confident that he won't end up getting killed by Ornn or not a character with a ton of kill pressure.
You
Unless,
already
of
blew
course,
Flash.
yeah,
Like,
you choke something. The mark looking to be on the bottom side scuttle.
yeah, it's in a good spot for Barrock.
No. Gonna walk down to try and assist just to secure that. Oh. Savory not having a ton of mana here. Tried to push it in as far as they can, but oh, it's a good chunk. Will just be traded back. No one able to kill the other. There's no more ignite for Savory, and Jae-Chung has the TP. It is up. I would love to see Jae-Chung reset here pretty soon, but oh, they have the stun up. There's no vision. They go in. They're gonna get the stun. This is gonna be a kill given over to Jae-Chung. Annie loves the early kills. That's
Let's see
fantastic.
what Kindred can get done here.
They are looking. I do wonder. Just gonna take the blast cone over. Singe takes a tower shot as well in this top lane, just doing a bit of damage. Kindred mark not spawned yet. There is a way to calculate where it spawns, but I am not I'm not sure how that works. Oh, okay, yes, I didn't see it on the past the Wukong head.
It might not have been up when you said it originally. I think it had just spawned. They don't know that Kindred is here, but they also don't know that Wukong is here.
Yeah, this.
Kindred's here now.
Oh, okay, but there also might be a kill in top lane. Enderism goes down the Ornn, getting that kill, looking so good for Poe Panda. But bot lane, nothing too bad will happen here. No kills going over, just a little bit of a scuffle in that tri-brush. I do wonder now what is the move for the Kindred here, right? You can't super gank this Ornn. Singed has had it shoved up the entire time, but there's no real way to shut him down now that he also, you know, has a kill. Has the Annie ult actually getting a ton of damage on Savory. Savory just barely living from the Ahri ult. Ends up saving Savory here.
Yeah, I just
Annie
thought
gets a huge
Savory
stun.
was gone.
It was a really good try from Annie, right? The Annie Tibbers comes down, almost gets the ult. That's a level 5 Kindred. You don't win this. Barrock sure is going to try. Ends up leaving. Oh, and the proxying has started. Okay, they're invading, looking for Burrito here. Oh, 2 flashes going down. They're going so deep for this, but Annie's over the wall.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
They're about to just lose their entire...
Yeah, they're in a lot of trouble. Ooh.
Oh no, but Ahri's here to save. Ends up getting the kill over on the Ahri. Barrock might just walk this out. They didn't have enough damage. That's a slippery Kindred. Wow. And after all that fighting, it looked so good. Looked like such a good flank for Pio.
Yeah,
but even with them walking on the backside. Yeah, even with them walking on the backside, I mean, they couldn't do anything. And then 2 ADCs just sitting in bot lane farming. Could end up being caught here though. Pentamasta lands the Leona root and stun. Flash coming out from Jinx. The ghost is blown as well, yeah. And Ashe getting that kill. Really, really good gank coming in from Pentamasta on his own lane. Love it. Absolutely love it. Just a little chunk going on Savory. Not too much damage in return. Oh, they're trying to get the Ornn here.
I feel like.
Yeah, you just have so much damage. I mean, Kindred's 6 now, right? I mean,
Jeez.
got a few stacks going. What a good Ashe ult, by the
That
way. What a
was
catch.
that was
What
a
an
beautiful
Ashe
play.
ult. That was so nice. Savory ends up getting caught. Annie plus Wukong ult will end up getting the takedown. Leona there also to lock that Ahri down. Did use the ult, but just couldn't get out in time. Unluckily. And then Rakan trying to dash out, and Ahri ult, or Ashe ult from spawn ends up getting the secure on that. Just a really nice Ashe.
Yeah, that was a really nice ult.
Rakan's just here throwing Qs. Just vibing. Oh? Small chunk.
Couldn't really go any harder with Wukong standing there.
No, really couldn't. So far, I mean, we were talking about this early pressure that PO has, and it looks like they've played it pretty well so far. Burrito having 3 kills, Annie having the 3 assists, getting really good setups.
I think the biggest issue that they're running into is despite like all this pressure and the kills and stuff, they still are even in gold, and it's because the Jinx is out farming the Ashe so hard.
Yeah, that's totally true. That's super unlucky.
A large part of that gold evening is on the Jinx, which is like the last person that they probably wanted on.
And there's small CS leads in top and mid as well.
Yeah.
So it's all just kind of adding up here.
Yeah.
They were left bot lane to free farm for a little bit there.
For quite a while.
Yeah. It looks like Jinx was able to just poke more and ended up getting the CS lead there.
This
Kindred
would be
mark.
big if they can collapse on the Kindred before she gets away, although she might have already. There she goes.
Yeah, did end up taking the mark. All you have to do is get the big boy there. Oh, okay. Rakan getting hit with the Ashe ult, but it won't matter. Just another nice Ashe ult coming out. I am sure we're going to see a lot of those this game. Looking like Allura so far, just getting everyone with no problem. Okay, Wukong ult. Gets the knock up on Rakan, just barely misses the... Okay, actually flashes and gets the kill anyway. Oh, flash return for Jae-Chung. He ends up going down. Rakan being saved by the Kindred ult. What a good engage from Barrock to come back, get the counter gank. Unfortunate that Jae-Chung gets killed as well, but a good flash ult to try and get a kill on the Rakan, but Kindred ult saving them last second there. Ends
Is
up
he gone? Oh.
smites
He
him.
was gone.
Smote to death. You love to see it. Both
Ooh.
Leona ult. I think it did hit on the very edge, but it didn't matter.
I think it's slowed.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Just a small little chunk. It's okay. No problem there. Jinx just gonna walk it out, not having to blow any sums. Now, second breakfast, their whole win con, right, is, okay, you want Jinx to have this lead. Jinx has the CS lead. You want Kindred to get ahead early. Kindred has 3-1-1, like, has a bounty as well. Really unfortunate that Wukong also has all of the kills. So you're not directly beating your counterpart, but you are looking... You're super happy with how it's gone so far, at least if you're Kindred here. You've gotten a bunch of kills. You've gotten a bunch of marks.
5 marks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just clearing vision.
And here we go again.
The proxy. You'll love to see it.
Well, it's a good way to set up a kill.
Oh, Annie. Yeah, just a little, you know, some damage back and forth. No kill actually coming out. Annie kind of gets to free farm with that Q. getting the execute, getting the mana back. Has a super long range on her autos.
Kindred should know that someone is here. They should have seen the edge of that come through.
Okay.
Oh,
Wukong could get caught here.
I think Ari could get caught here.
Yeah. No, okay. They have the ults on Ari, but did just use the charms. There's no reason to end up ulting in. They don't have the Everfrost yet, so not too much more CC going over. Ari now looking at a comfortable 20 CS lead as well. You can just clear the backline. I mean, they're at a point, right, where you just use a single Q, clear the ranged minions. You can just get that lead up really easily if you're not against somebody who also has really good wave clear. Drag, and they're looking to fight it. Ashwold coming out on the recon. Kindred secures the kill. Ornn ult
Oh boy.
coming in after the TP. Kindred ult going down. It won't matter. Burrito's gonna get 2 kills on the back
boy.
there. Leona getting the kill on the Jinx. Ari only getting 1 in return. If you're PO, you're incredibly happy with that fight.
Yeah,
that looked great.
That feels okay.
That feels okay. That's 1 drag. Giving over 1 drag for that feels great. You're not mad.
1 drag and a 3-kill swing in your favor. All right.
Yeah. What do you think if you had to come up with an idea? What do you think Second Breakfast needs to do to try and secure a win? Try and bring this back, right? They're only 2K down, but they're starting to be down in levels, and objectives will surely start falling over to them as they're gaining a bigger and bigger lead. I mean, this Wukong's looking huge.
Honestly, I think that they need to slow it down somewhat. They just keep going.
He fakes
very
him!
aggressive.
It doesn't matter. It was a cool fake, though.
It was a cool fake. Unfortunate that it goes over to the recon, but at least
Yeah.
they got it.
Didn't matter. Was a cool fake, though.
It was a very good fake. A nice little dash over the wall.
Yeah, recon securing the kill there. Proxying.
But yeah, I think that they need to just slow it down. They were keeping even in gold, and they even still are with just farm leads. I think they need to spend a little bit more time setting up things. They keep going really far into the enemy jungle and then, getting collapsed on or...
I absolutely agree, and I actually now realizing, because I didn't think about it at the time. Oh wait, they're going for a collapse. Recon, ult, and W getting the knockup. Kindred having to flash out. No one will go down. Jaechung barely lives. They don't have the ignites to finish Jaechung off, so that dive won't result in anything other than a flash being blown from the Annie, which really, not too bad. Unfortunately, Kindred had to flash as well.
Oh boy.
They're looking for this kill top in return, though. They're going all over the map. They're gonna get it as well. And the kill going over to the Singed. Not too bad. Solo Q ended up getting that bounty on the Wukong from that kill earlier. Not who you wanted the gold to go to, but a kill nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Singed was the one there that you wanted it to go to either, but it's not a terrible... It'll help him in the lane.
Yeah, and Second Breakfast now has the gold lead, actually. Well, they're actually dead even now.
Yeah.
Just because of that one trade. But it looked... I mean, they were down 3k gold. Now being even, that's fantastic. Oh, true. Because, Burrito did end up going down for that Herald kill, but at least he got the eye before he ended up feeding over his bounty. Now, we were talking about Second Breakfast potentially trying to slow the game down just a little bit because they want to scale into late, and it appears as if Bear Rock does not have an off switch and will constantly call to just jump on this guy, go this guy. It's solo queue and bear rock going back to top mid, over and over and over all that entire, span of like 3 minutes, just repeatedly saying, "Yo, jump on this guy, go 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 go." I wonder what their comms are like, that they're just sitting there, just like, "Yo, we gotta make picks." They're sitting there, they're going, "We gotta just keep going, just keep running at them." It worked for a little bit there, but I wonder if it's gonna end up coming back to bite them if they overextend or push a little too hard.
It definitely could. Although if they can catch the Wukong, they then have the gold lead for any other team fight that goes on.
True.
They can catch the Wukong out because he's most of that team's gold and damage.
This Ahri is going Rabadon second. Thoughts?
I mean, it'll feel nice for wave clear and stuff. You can probably one-shot pretty much the entire wave at that point. But it is definitely aggressive, and I don't know if they're getting enough gold to make it feasible.
Mm-hmm. They don't have a... Oh, actually, I mean, Popanda's here, trying to zone them out. Leona gets caught. The Rakan, huge knockup. It won't matter. Wukong getting a ton of damage back and the knockup on 3. Tries to take Savory down. Savory ends up going down. Ash kill in return. They're so chunked. The flash Q coming out from Ornn won't end up getting the kill on Singe, just barely missing.
I also feel like Panda should have sent that ult downwards into the 3 of Second Breakfast that were sitting there instead of... I think he was going for the solo kill on Alki?
Yeah, just being in that top push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, it works out for them. They get the dragon, so...
Yeah, you love to see it. Yeah, I think I agree with you, right? The Savory, Solo Q, and Barrock, and Singed are all diving, right? Diving in 3, they got the Rakan ult W on like 3 people. Trying to just get any damage they can with that combo, and then Wukong ult. Tibbers, dead.
Yeah.
Right? They only took down the Ashe for all that dive, and then lost all of their HP bars in return. Oh man. New Sinchkin looking good.
I do love his little alien buddy.
Delicious.
Oh. Baron is up. I wonder what team's gonna try and posture for it first. And he's sitting in a bush.
I'm pretty sure that's just both teams are gonna posture for it at all times.
Whoever wins the fight ends up
Yeah.
winning wins the Baron. Yeah. Oh, Annie's actually trying to make their move just out of vision. Oh, are they gonna check it? Jae-Chung.
Oh boy.
Yes! This should be a free kill. Oh, the Q on cooldown doesn't end up coming out. Gets the flash Q and does end up getting the takedown on Ahri. What a good combo, playing so patiently from Jae-Chung. Any damage
That was a nice
is insane.
Ash ult.
Oh, another fight.
Matter.
Oh yeah. Walker ends up getting the 3-man knock up. Gets 2 in return. They dove so far for the Ashe once again.
Oh boy.
A 2-man knockup coming in for Popanda at the Ornn. It won't matter. They don't have the follow-up. They don't have the follow-up with the Wukong ult being down, but it looked really good for a second there. Annie TPing in, not being able to assist too much. Tibbers obviously being down. But they
That
will
looked
end up getting a
really
return
bad
kill.
for a second for
Yeah.
PIO.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what do you think that Second Breakfast is changing these fights? They're diving so far to get kills on Ashe. I mean, 2 fights in a row, they've dove, used so much on the Ashe, and then end up just getting turned on, like, around, it's what can they even do? Every fight they take is just countered.
I think that they need to just play around their vision a little bit more. They didn't have anything in that brush there to tell them that, hey, this is dangerous.
Hey, there's actually 4 people around here. We can't just dive.
Yeah.
Can't just go in.
Oh boy.
Oh, Singed ends up getting caught. That's a lot of slows
So like I
and
was saying about the
CC.
vision.
Yeah. Anyway, vision, right? Vision important. Seeing things good.
Which I know is rich coming from me because I have terrible vision control, but
What do you think your average control ward number is every game? 2, 3? Like, how many control wards are you
ooh,
buying, to be
that
honest
is
with you?
really nice of you to think that I, on average, buy 2 control wards per game.
Don't worry, Deep Dive had a really big issue with it. Leona ends up going down. Rakan getting a huge ult, knock up on 2, trying to come back. They do end up getting caught. Barrock, the Kindred has
Okay.
ult, didn't end up using it. Ari Charm missing. Annie going down on the back end.
Alright,
Solo
this
Q
feels
going
better.
a little too hard. Knock up coming in from Ornn. Ari will
And
end up going
Jinx
down.
win
Aoki.
this.
Okay, yeah.
I
Aoki
feel-
ends up just gale forcing away.
I feel like Jinx should have just killed the Ornn.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, it's it looked so good for PO for a second there. They insta kill Barrock at the beginning of that fight. Solo Q stays a little too long. Could have tried to potentially dashed out, and then Savory ends up getting caught because they're getting dove by the Ornn and the Wukong.
I feel
Really,
like a
really
second
unfortunate.
breakfast though, you definitely take that. An even trade, you're helping to bring the gold back.
Yeah, and even trade when you're down. Yeah, definitely.
Feels good.
I believe especially because, yeah, Annie had a bounty that they ended up giving over to the Ari as well. They can potentially just secure this dragon. They can't walk in for free. Savory looking for a pick. Yeah, they're just gonna end up forfeiting it. They know they can't get in. They're gonna walk over to Baron in return?
Yeah, I think you can just willingly give that up as long as you can set up something around Baron, whether you actually take the Baron or get the kill.
Oh, tried to get the knockoff on the Ornn. He might go down anyway because Singe tossed backwards. He flashes out. The Ornn ult is waiting. He just throws it. They don't have anything else to follow up with yet. They were too far away. Ashe ult going wide. Singed throwing Ashe. Huge again. Solo Q. Huge Rakan ult into the knockup. Annie goes down. Leona goes down. They get a kill on Barrock in return. Savory also traded in return. Tibbers very, very angry after Annie dies. Will come for payback and did end up getting payback.
That was also a very split but rather good fight by both.
Yeah, I mean, second breakfast starting to look a lot better in all of these fights. Aoki looking really, really big right now. Has a good chunk of damage on all this. In all of these fights, spacing so well.
I'm finally starting to get kills too, which will help
Yeah.
speed that up.
You know, we're hitting 27 minutes into the game. I wonder now, right? Like, what is the fight that is going to end up being the game winner here? You know, who's going to end up taking it? Who's going to get the engage on who, right? And I think every single fight has just been second breakfast going on them over and over and over, trying to dive repeatedly. And PO, potentially, if they're a little more proactive, can end up killing 1 to 2 people before the actual team fight even starts, right?
Yeah.
Would love to see them be a little more proactive.
I also feel like it's kind of painful to try and engage into this PIO team. Like, yes, they have a lot of engage, but that also means they have a lot of just disengage and.
Oh, they're looking. Annie's in the bot lane. Solo Q, yeah, that's okay. Solo Q's just one little knockup. It don't matter. Annie TP'd in, so it is officially a 5v5. Annie does have flash tibbers. This could be a huge pick if they find the right target.
Well, I will say, Second Breakfast clearly heard me about Vision.
Ah, Vision. They're oh, their Vision. They can see so far.
There are 8 of their awards in that screen alone.
It's really unfortunate that they've spent so much time just walking back and forth and no one is actually doing anything in the side lanes. Okay, but Ornn walked into them and might just end up dying for it, and he does. He just walked into him. It's so unfortunate. I mean, they don't have vision, right? So they did the exact same thing where, okay, wait, this is such a good engage from solo queue, it might not matter.
Really
Tibbers
nice.
stuns 3. Ashe gets caught by the charm. Huge Wukong ult. Ashe goes down though. They're just trying to disengage. Wukong gets a knockup on 2 but doesn't have the damage to follow up. This could end the game. This could be
that was
the
a
end of the
really
game.
that was a really good
They're gonna go
counter
for the
engage.
They're gonna go for the push. They're trying to go as fast as they can. Jinx is still up. They're 200 CS. Jinx is doing tons of damage. Yeah, but nobody else is doing 80. Oh yeah, I guess Kindred. Yeah. That's just GG. That is game. So well played from Second Breakfast. It looked so scary for a while, and Pio ends up losing that one because Second Breakfast just gets every team fight. After 20 minutes, I mean, Second Breakfast, every single team fight, so proactive, getting every single catch, just looking so clean on every single one.
They did a really good job of keeping the gold lead even despite going down kills early. And it paid off for them in the end.
Absolutely. So good from Second Breakfast. I'll go grab one. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. That singe damage is pretty nutty.
Okay. I will be bringing Misa over. Sounded like they were a little lost after I maybe should have told them the exact channel. 1 second.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Welcome.
Got lost there. It's okay.
How's it going?
Yeah, welcome. Congrats on your win. That was it looked really good. I actually have a question. I mean, going into this draft, you guys looked a little just a slightly all over the place with this comp, but I mean, in the team fights at the end of it all, right? Like you're just winning over and over and over. Rakan getting huge picks, Singed running over them repeatedly, and then Jinx and Kindred just doing damage to everyone, just melting everybody.
We're all playing comfort. I think for the way I see BTL, like comfort is king. Like you can play meta. Doesn't really necessarily matter if you're uncomfortable. We're all playing comfort stuff. So their team comp was pretty scary with all the CC that they had, but I think that we just played the team fights really well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love to hear it. Yeah, I think there was a while, right, where early game, it's looking really scary for you guys, right? Like you were 3-1-1, but on the other end, Wukong 5-1-1.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah, I mean, they had a big front line. They didn't have much damage other than the Ashe and like Wukong, but I mean, we had so many damage threats, it didn't really feel like it mattered in the end.
Yeah, that was actually my next question. Was there any point that you guys were worried? Right? Was there ever a mentality shift where you're like, okay, we just keep losing fights?
We might have been a little bit spooked after a dragon fight. I think it was like a second dragon fight, which I think I took the dragon, but then they like killed 4 of us and only one of us was alive. But that was kind of spooky. But like after that, like I mean, they didn't really do anything to kind of push that lead. We were able to stabilize. I'm not sure what the gold deficit was, but didn't really feel like we were very much behind.
You were only down like 3K, I think, at that point after that fight specifically.
I mean, that's a decent amount for that time of the game, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still had the damage. I don't think they hit the item spikes to itemize against us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you guys played it super well. I mean, yeah, obviously you were only down like 3K gold, which I mean is a chunk, but like Savory had a CS lead, Alki had a CS lead.
I think all of us had CS leads. Yeah, I think for the most part of the game.
And so it just ended up working out in your favor anyway. It looked so great. So even though you're down in, at the kills at the time, you're still up 20 CS in like every lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think we won that game with less kills than they did.
I think, yeah, you're down
Yeah.
2 kills.
You're
Yeah.
down
2
2
kills,
kills, yeah.
yeah.
So what
Yeah.
was the call going into like probably 10 minutes in where you guys ended up with four of you chasing all the way to their wall on the top side in their jungle?
Oh, I think that was because we were trying to get a mark. My kindred mark was up there. And it was kind of a spooky fight. But they had like a lot of people with low HP. Leona ended up rotating there, which is I don't think we expected her to be there. But I think we still played it well. We played to our range advantage, and they couldn't really do much up there.
Mhm.
And I ended up
Cool.
getting like a free mark. I got like 4 marks within like the first 7 minutes of the game, so I felt pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, yeah, you guys looked super good. I think really there was only one point in the game, like the first like 15 minutes that everything like kind of looked a little worrying, but there hit a point where you guys were just repeat fighting over and over. Is there somebody like in the call specifically saying, "Yo, we just gotta engage as many times and eventually we just outscale them and win." Right? You guys are going for fights even when you were losing fights, and you just
Yeah,
ended up
I
starting to win
mean,
them.
that team kind of trolled with being out of position like multiple times. Like just like random people would just like be one person out of position and he would catch them.
Mhm.
So Brian Solo would always like he would usually call like these people out of position. I think like the last fight like the Orn was kind of got caught in
Yeah.
River.
Yeah,
He was just
lack of
way out
vision.
of position, and his like the rest of his team was like mid lane. He had like Wukong on the side, but that didn't really matter because he can't really.
Right.
They
He
don't have
couldn't
any
get
damage
in.
to fight us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a while where you guys were really struggling every fight you took because you were just you guys just didn't have vision in their jungle, and you
We
guys were
We had a
sorry.
couple weird fights where we were just kind of like in weird positions, like we
Mhm.
weren't on the same page. Like that second dragon, for example, like a couple of us were trying to fight kill the dragon, and a couple of us were flanking on the side. Um, I
Yeah,
I think it was just like miscomms there.
yeah, unlucky. Yeah, there were some fights where like the Ash is the only one going down, and then 2 people, 3 people on your team
Hmm.
goes down. So,
We had a
but I
lot of
mean,
trades like like we would lose 2 and they would lose 1.
yeah,
Um, which was unfortunate, but I think the goal landed on our carries or the people
hmm
that needed it. So in the end, it just kind of like balanced it out
yeah. There
in a way.
Those last 2 fights from you guys is just solo queue getting huge recon ult knockups, and you guys having incredible follow up. You guys, it seemed really in sync, right? So like, there's only a few fights where you guys looked a little bit, out of place, but towards the end there, you guys are like snap on every single thing, right? You guys are calling out. I'm sure comms are sounding great towards the end of the game there.
Yeah, for the most part, I think that we're still struggling on kind of being on the same page throughout like most parts of the game, or not most parts of the game, but like there's certain moments of the game. Once like we're on like the same page, it just feels like the game is easy.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask. Do you have any shout outs or?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, do
shout
you
out
have any
to the
shout outs?
team, man. Like the team's goaded.
Heck yeah. You guys have one game left in the season versus
Oh, we do.
XO. Any
Gosh.
words for XO going into next week? Are you
Let me
worried
look
at
at.
all? Are you
I don't even know
confident?
what the roster is. Hold up. Let me pull it up.
Oh, sure. It's
XO.
Hey.
Ares, Man Puppet, Decker, Cincy, Ender Wiggins.
They're all right. I think they rely a lot on Decker and Cincy. Um, I think we got their number. We'll see next week though. I guess early
Yeah,
or
I'll
later
see you
this week.
Sunday.
Oh wait, it's what's up, Tim? What's up, buddy? We'll play on Sunday. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, Tim, you got any fighting words?
Hope you're ready.
We'll see. We'll find out on Sunday.
After this game, it looked like they're pretty ready. I would say that this was a
we'll,
pretty
we'll
good.
we'll take it week after week. We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, yeah, any final questions, anybody?
No.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. Congrats on your win. Super appreciate. Next week, your game versus EXO is actually to see who ends up being second seed. You and EXO are tied officially. So,
Oh wait, shit. We're playing for second seed.
yeah, you guys are both 5 and 3.
Oh, sick. I
Winner
had no
gets
idea.
second seed.
Yeah, no one else can make second seed. It's just you and XO, and for the last game of your season.
Oh, sweet. All right, Tim, you're
Or-
going down to third seed. Sorry, brother.
All right.
Alright.
You want that upper bracket?
Well, thanks everybody for joining us here. Thanks for the game. Shouts out to Tim for streaming. Thanks for Vid joining me on the commentary. GG's everybody. Have a wonderful evening.
Peace.